Okay, I suppose I'm live. I don't know, man. I have no clue what I'm effing doing here. As you can see, I've got my hands. All right, holding this shit. Oh, fuck, wrong button. Okay, so I'm gonna go live. I guess. I guess I'm live. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get $28 laptop here. I'm trying to see if there's any. There's nobody watching. It's not a big deal. So I'm just talking to myself like a lunatic, apparently. Just want to make sure that my hands are in the right spot here for painting and stuff so you can see stuff. Okay, the thing's here. Okay, got it. Okay, nerds. Well, today what I'm going to do, just like the title says, I'm going to do some Gallic guys here. I'm going to do some Tartans and faces and shields, perhaps. Um, we'll see. I'm trying to organize things here. Thankfully, nobody's watching. I, I'm just trying to get everything all sorted out here. Okay, one watching. That would be me. I'm watching. Okay. Oh, fucking Nigel No Mates over here. That's me, dude. Well, so if you're coming off of drugs and you're in Europe or whatever, or if you're in the States or in North America and you're, what's the word? You're staying up late on a Thursday night or whatever. Good on ya. So what I'm gonna do, managing monitor. I don't give a shit about that stuff. Nobody's gonna watch this. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna get started here. I'm gonna do some gold and stuff on these guys. So this is what I've got. I'm trying to watch this all through the monitor thing too at the same time here. So okay, there's a bit of a delay here as I can see. Okay, great. Why does YouTube keep asking me? This is amateur hour, shit show amateur hour. So I've got these three guys here. I've got them up to. I've got stripes on them. I've got to do the gold and all that other kind of stuff. So I'm going to do the metallics on these guys first because I want to do them on these shields as well that I'm working on. That I'm going to hopefully freehand these things in the back. And then when all that wonderful stuff is finished, I've got two more guys that I'm going to do the flesh on, and I'm going to show you those guys here. These are they. So yeah, so I'm just going to paint and chit chat and have a Coke here. And if anybody jumps on, that'll be amazing. Somebody's watching out there. Hey, what's up? That's wonderful. And they even give me a thumbs up. That's mighty kind of you. So let's start with the gold here. We're gonna do the metallics. We're gonna do gold and the swords and stuff. So we'll get the gold out. I'll get my metallic paint out too. There it is, and there it is. Okay, so I've a bit of a weird setup for me, dude. I usually don't paint on top of this thing. I usually paint on top of this thing over here. I've had this plate of crap, this palette for I don't know 20 something years now, I think. So it's pretty disgusting. But yeah, for YouTube, this is what I'm gonna do. So first thing about painting, you should all know is that you should have half decent brushes. If you don't have half decent brushes, your paint jobs are gonna suck, and that is a fact. It's just like you can't fix a car with a knife and fork. You need the proper tools. It's the same with painting. So the brushes that I'm going to use for this are, and this is the paint I use. I use this stuff here, this Dreamcoat hobby craft paint or whatever. I find that is cheap, and with the way that things are going nowadays, that's what you need. Is you need cheap because where's my goggles at, dude? There they are. Okay, I had to get my old man glasses on here, dude. So here we go. We're gonna get started on these guys. So I'm using Winsor Newton brushes. I bought them on eBay. They're not cheap, but at the same time, they're really good. I just want to make sure that I gotta put my hand in the circle here that I made, and I gotta lean in. Of course, nothing's working good. Maiden voyage here. I got paint everywhere. Probably need a smaller palette, I reckon. Anyway. So yeah, we're just gonna go in. I'm just gonna do this guy's belt buckles and stuff, and then I'm just gonna sort of chit and chat to you guys, or you guy who's out there, whomever you may be. Thank you for watching. So yeah, I'm just gonna go and do all the sort of goldy, brassy kind of stuff here in this color. The Gauls are coming along pretty well for me right now. This will probably be the last bit of Gaul stuff that I do for a very, very long time once this unit is finished. Barring, you know, some kind of super amazing release of some sort from either Victrix or Warlord or whomever. A lot of the smaller manufacturers, I wish I could afford their stuff. You know, it's just a matter of ordering stuff from the UK. There's an exchange rate problem these days, and there is also a shipping problem these days. So the exchange rate gets me for, you know, a good 20 to 30% right out of the gate because the yen is just faltering. Which I'll rant about that a bit later, maybe I don't know, maybe on another stream. And then the shipping is just like, oh yeah, hey, pay an extra 25%, you know, because you know, you live on the other side of the world. Okay, I don't know. I guess shipping rates have gone up, but you know, at the same time, you know, dude, seriously. You know, 100 pounds, it's like 16,000 yen. Then I gotta pay you, and I gotta pay you another 4,000. And now I'm on for $200, dude. For me, it's $200. For someone in the UK, it's, you know, probably only like, you know, the equivalent of like about 100. So that's just the way it be. So yeah, I'm just trying to hammer through my stash at the moment. Trying to get through this ancient stuff. I got some commission shit that I'm not into at all, which is the camel guys, because it's like, oh, every camel has to have a separate blanket or whatever, or a different kind of pattern and stuff. So what you're thinking now, you're probably looking at this gold going, wow, this looks like shit. But that's okay, because I'm going to patch it up later, and I'm going to make it look good. Okay, so this guy's effectively finished, except for the back of this guy here. Wow, 3 people are actually watching this. This is crazy, dude. That's amazing. Well, if you got any questions or you want to call me a wanker or whatever, feel free. That guy's done. I gotta make sure that I'm in frame here. That's the big problem, because I usually don't paint this far into the table. And I want to make sure that you can see stuff, dude. So I'm trying to half-assedly do everything in a very, very weird posture right now. So, but yeah, so I'm doing all the gold and brass on these guys, and then I'm gonna go back and do the metal and the hair and the stripes and all that other wonderful stuff. I just wanted to get the metallics out of the way before I did the stripes, because I haven't really decided on what I'm going to do with them yet. So we will see. So anyway, I hope anybody's watching out there, hope you're having a good day. Today's May the 4th. It's a holiday here. I don't know what it is. Tomorrow is another holiday. We've got a bit of a 4 or 5 day weekend. Am I in frame? Okay, you can see that. Okay, I think so. I don't know. I'm trying to do this with, you know, $20 laptop, and my old brain cannot fathom the internet. I'm not in the circle. I drew a little circle on there. I don't know if you saw it or not. Let's see what we can do here. So yeah, they got all these little skrilly doodly things on their scabbards, which are, you know, it's kind of cool, but I mean, in reality, nobody's gonna really take a look at any of this stuff. Yeah, it's just good to get it done. We're gonna put a wash on all this stuff later. So yeah, it's a holiday. It's Golden Week, which was basically Golden Weekend, because in Japan they love to work. They love being robot ants. So you know, you can never have a day off. Oh, the holiday's on a Saturday? Oh, well, you don't get it back. Fuck you. That's basically their mentality. So a couple times we've had Golden Week where it's been like a chop full on like 10 days or whatever. That was a couple years ago we had one of those. And then a lot of the time it's just this really crappy long weekend. And because I live in the countryside, on the Pacific coast, close enough to Tokyo, we get a lot of people coming in for the weekend. So it's like, oh, going to the store, doing anything. It's like, you know, screw you, dude. You know, it's just full of tourists and stuff. When I say tourists, I mean just mean people from out of town. And you know, being a, you know, 6'2" white dude in a country where everyone's up 5'5", I stand out. But during this time of the year, you get a lot of, you know, people in my local grocery store, or local 7-Eleven, or wherever. You know, these kids and people pointing and staring. Look at that guy. What's up with that guy? Jesus, what does he eat? So that's what happens when you're the largest land mammal. You know what I mean? So, 5 people. That's crazy, dude. I can't believe there's actually 5 people watching. That's great. Okay. Well, so I've got no plans. I gotta go cut some grass later today, out on the mountain by the pump house, which is basically the highlight of the day. Oh fuck! I gotta do a big touch up here on this guy's scabbard. I didn't notice that until right now. So that's what's going on here. I know it's a big Star Wars day for a lot of people, which is okay if you're into Star Wars. I used to be, but now I just figure it's a total waste of time. You know, my sisters still think I'm into it. You know, but then again, my sisters still think I'm like 8 years old. So, you know, there's that reason toward it, I guess. But yeah, so May the 4th, that's today, right? So all the Star Wars nerds are gonna be like, doing stuff on Facebook and whatever else. So, but yeah, that's what's going on, dude. Sunday, what else is going on? Sunday, we got the pub back, so our little club is back from exile, which is wonderful because we've been in the wilderness now since about 2018, 19, 18, yeah, 18. We've been in the wilderness. The club fell apart around that time because the guy who was running it, a mate of mine, Brian, he's a cool guy. You know, he had 2 kids. I mean, he had shit he had to do. And I 100% understand. He's just like, dude, I don't want to be in charge of this anymore. So he handed it over to this other nerd who, you know, who basically made in, you know, the tourist role-playing gang, which kind of sucked. So anyways, we lost the pub because all the tourist role-player types, you know, showed up and they weren't ordering anything. And the guy who was running the pub was like, hey, what the heck's going on here, guys? You know, you guys are supposed to be buying beer and stuff. I'm like, dude, don't worry about that with me, man. I was dropping like at least $100 every time I walked into that place. I'm gonna give this guy a brass helmet. So actually, I'm gonna switch brushes here real quick. And then what happened? So that happened. Then we got basically turfed because nobody was buying anything. I mean, these guys they had these $10 all you can drink tickets or whatever. So these nerds were coming in to play, you know, Tales from Equestria or some other loser fucking game, and basically they were all like swapping around this ticket. So one person would pay the $10, and then they would all like go get a, I don't know, caffeine-free Fresca or whatever it is they fucking drink, and the guy wasn't making any money. Meanwhile, at the historical fucking tabletop fucking section of the bar, you know, we were hustling each other for, you know, trick shots and shit like that. You know, like, oh, dude, if you go foo bar, next person goes foo bar buys everybody a drink kind of thing, you know, that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of fun, but we lost the venue, but now we got it back. So that's what's happening this Sunday. I'm not going to play because I have to go to work extremely early on Monday, and it is a 3-hour one-way trip for me. So that looks kind of okay. So I gotta go, and then what else I got? I gotta go. I gotta go, come back, all that wonderful stuff. So anyway, so we're gonna work on some shields here. These guys are done. I got all the gold on these guys, or the brass kind of done. And on these guys, I'm gonna do the shields now. Move these good dudes out of the way, and then we're going to do a wash on them. Then I'm gonna start on the faces of these other guys, so you can watch me do that. And then we're gonna get onto the tartan here. I don't know what you think of this painting stream. I was just something I wanted to do, I guess. You know, it's like I'd always seen the live button, when I was putting up videos. So kind of, you know, it's like, oh, I should go live one of these days, but I've had nothing to do, you know, really, and my time is kind of precious to me. So I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So can you see that? I don't know if you can even fucking see that. Yeah, I guess I gotta get a better setup, you know, but fuck, dude, I'm old, man. I can't really take this shit seriously, you know. Actually, I had a wickedly good comment in my last video from Celtic Miniatures. Big shout out to that guy. He's doing a Kickstarter for like some skeletons, really sort of Army of Darkness-esque kind of stuff. Anyway, he's like, yeah, dude, you should, you know, people don't know if this is a painting, you know, your skill's pretty good. Thank you for the comment. You know, people don't. You should be getting a lot more traffic, and he's absolutely correct. And I'm like, yeah, I was always wondering why I wasn't getting stuff. And it's like your thumbnails are shit, basically. Well, okay, I'm paraphrasing, and he didn't say that, and he's a nice guy. So, but my thumbnails are kind of crappy. I'm kind of lazy. My computer sucks. You know, that's the thing. My computer at work is pretty good, and that's where I spend like a good fucking 75% of my fucking time. So, you know, I come home, all I really want to do is watch YouTube or watch hockey highlights or play Minesweeper while I, you know, have a couple beers or whatever. So, but yeah, so, what was I ranting about? I don't even know, dude. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So, oh, that's good. So what we're going to do, these guys are kind of, this gold stuff is done. So I'm going to let that sit for a second. These are the guys I'm going to work on the flesh for. These are the armored guys. So I'm going to do the flesh on these dudes. I'm watching on my laptop, and I'm like 2 minutes behind here, so, okay, pardon me. So I'm going to do the flesh on these guys. I'm going to do a wash on these guys. So I'm going to get the paint up for these guys. What I've done, I primed them black. First thing I did, though, I'll just flip this brush around here real quick so I can use it as a pointer. First thing I did with this guy is I painted him black, primed him black, pardon me, and then I dry brushed his chainmail in an off-white color just to get it out of the way. I'm going to work around that later. Usually, these guys here in the back, these guys I prime brown. A lot of stuff I've been priming brown. These shields are primed brown as well. I'll just show you a quick back of these shields real quick. So I'll just move this shit out of the way. I don't know if you can see it or not. So, oh, don't even know, dude. I can't tell. So I did the wood pattern on here, and that's the first. I'll paint the shields. They're brown. I'll just, you know, do the back of the shields first. Then I'll flip them over, and then I put them on these little these grotesque lumps of wood that I use because I'm cheap AF. That's my problem. So I'll put this paint away, get the next paint out. So I'm going to do these guys. I'm going to do the flesh on these guys. I'm just getting that ready, and I'm going to do a wash on the gold on these guys. So top tip on the gold, guys, if you're doing gold or brass or anything like that, a lot of people like to use some kind of red, reddy brown, kind of burnt sienna kind of wash, which is okay. I mean, you can. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but best thing to do is use a green, almost an olive green. This is an avocado green wash, and if you'll notice, people do non-metallic metals, and if you look at a lot of the old masters' art and stuff like that. When they do non-metallic gold, there's a lot of olive green that's involved. So what I'm using here, I'm using one of these brushes here. I'm just gonna sort of hit the greens or whatever. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm not even painting. You can't even see it. Sorry. And just, you know, it doesn't have to be like really thick. This is super watered down stuff, dude. But when it dries, it'll give it a very, very nice, natural, and dulled down tone. I gotta fix that scabbard. It's driving me crazy. This guy doesn't have too much. You can get it all over this black, like I'm doing here. It won't matter because it is a big process. Because you're gonna go over that again later anyway. So chuck that guy there, and get this dude done as well. So it's crazy. I can see there's a couple people watching. Nobody's saying nothing. I feel like I'm just some lunatic waiting at the bus stop, you know, looking for cigarette butts, talking to himself. You know what I mean? And maybe that's the case. You know, I don't know. It's That's what I am. Okay, so these guys have been dried up. And then this one, because I've got the green shield, you don't really have to worry about it messing up the green. If it was a different color, I'd do this first, and then I would do the color of the shield's a bit different. But we'll let that shit sit. It's not going no place. And we will get stuck in on these dudes here. So what I've done with these guys, I'm going to show you what it is. So I primed them black, yeah? And then base color, I'm using what's called Antique Maroon. It's like a really deep burgundy color, as you can see. That's the base color for the flesh that I'm using. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with, shake it up here. It's called Shading Flesh. I was going to say Shading Fresh because I've been in Japan so long I can't determine between L and R anymore. It's basically, I think it's dwarf flesh for GW paint. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. I've done this a million times. I know how it's going to go. So I'll water it down a little bit. And we'll get stuck in on these guys. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Not much else. May as well talk about that. I don't know, whoever's, you know. Oh, jeez, am I even in? I'm not even in frame. Sorry, guys. I apologize. This is my maiden voyage with this stuff, so. Can you see it, or is my hand is in the way, isn't it? Fuck. So. This is weird. I think I just got a message from my friend. Oh, there he is, Gio. And he felt sorry for me. He's like, oh, fuck. He's failing bad. He's on stage with his pants down, his fucking dick out, and fucking toilet paper on his shoe with his fucking live stream. I better fucking send him a comment. Make him fucking feel better. Thanks, dude. Thank you. I know you've been busy doing nerd stuff with your other nerd buddies, so that's kind of cool. I'm kind of jealous. Too bad you won't be there on Sunday, but oh, fuck, now I got fucking green paint all on my fucking hands. And so yeah, one cool thing on Sunday, hopefully he's going to be there, is Dave. Dave is an ex. Okay. Oh, fuck, oh, my head's getting in the way. Jesus, I really suck at this, dude. You're seeing my goggles and everything. Dave is an ex heavy metal painter who has crash landed in Japan like the rest of us unwanted toys, and they're gonna be playing I think Saga. That's what they're doing. They're gonna be playing Saga, and I'm just gonna spectate. I think got no other plans to do nothing, so yeah, I gotta figure out the camera angles a bit better. Okay, but like, you know, all I'm trying to do here is just get a base coat on these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. With their helmets, though, you know, it's kind of really easy to do these guys because you just have to hit the main spots. And because when we do the highlight, the super highlight, and then we do the shading and stuff, we do that stuff. We can let the shading, pardon me, the wash and stuff that I'm going to put on these guys is going to clean up a lot of, well, not clean it up, but they'll soften the lines, so you don't really have to worry too much about it. This is actually quite an unnatural posture for me. Thanks, Gio. I hope you're painting too. I hope your purgatory, your post Indian food purgatory on the fucking toilet wasn't too bad, dude. Yes. Yeah, that looks okay-ish. Even if it looks like shit, don't worry about it. You'll fix it up later. So, you know, I think you're the only one watching, buddy. I don't know. It's kind of hard. I got nothing to talk about. That's part of it too. Let me move this guy out of the way. I keep looking up to see if my hand's in the frame, if you can see the figure or not. I don't know if you can. You can definitely see my my head thing here. I'm just gonna say, oh, you can kind of see it. I don't know if it's. Come on, you know, zoom in here, dude. Can you zoom in on this thing? I don't know. I don't think you can. Well, this is a pretty crappy painting stream, I guess. So, yeah, I don't got much to talk about. I can talk about my trip, I guess. My trip, I went to Europe. I went to Greece. I went to Corfu. I went to Athens. It was wonderful. I really enjoyed Greece. Boy, they really know how to take it easy, unlike these robotic ant people who I live amongst. Nothing in Greece started until about like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, it was just like, come on, let's go. It's like, oh, hold on, let me get the coffee. Relax, my friend. You know, it was a lot of that, which is what I really needed, I think, too, at the time. So, but yeah, I had a great time in Greece. I had a lot of fun seeing the Parthenon and going to the museum and the temple of Zeus and all that other wonderful stuff was really, really good. I think being away from Western culture for so long really kind of has you crave these things. I remember maybe 20-something years ago, I read all of the Sherlock Holmes stories because I was so, what's the word I'm looking for? I was in kind of like a withdrawal of Western culture. Of course, we had pop culture. You know, this was 20 years ago, so you know what movies were out. You know, like whatever, The Matrix and shit like that. But I mean, real sort of stuff. Um, you know, I kind of craved it. But yeah, Greece was good. The food was great. People were really nice. There wasn't much going on in Corfu, to be honest. Oh, fuck. God, I'm really fucking this up, dude. This is just, I gotta figure out a better setup because I can't paint at this angle and keep it in frame. I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is probably, welcome to the first and last ever JvC Paints live stream for painting. So, yeah, Greece was good. Parthenon was good. The food was good. Stray cats were everywhere. If you don't like cats, you might not like Greece. So, it was all right. You know. What else was going on? I went to Germany. I drank a lot in Germany. So I went to a pro ice hockey game in Cologne. The Cologne Sharks versus the Mannerheim Eagles. Kind of sounds like Blood Bowl teams, but that was fun. And then we went to this crazy pub afterwards, where there was just, I don't know, I don't even remember paying. I mean, I was just 9,000 sheets to the wind. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I'm an alcoholic with a painting problem. Isn't that true? So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good time. Good time had by all. All right, so back to these dudes here. We're going to leave these guys sit for a second. I'm just going to do the sort of iron on these dudes. I'm using a color called Black Pearl, which is a metallic color. So yeah, basically what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to sort of hit the tops here real good. And then I'm going to highlight it with a mix of this. And see, I'm not in frame, dude. This is so hard to do for me. And a bit of silvery kind of stuff. That one's done. They don't have to be perfect. These guys are gonna be total back row dudes. So, so even if I didn't paint the bottom, like you can see there, you'll never notice it, dude. I'm just saving some time. So here's this guy. Oh Jesus, hitting these guys here. Here's this dude. The green came out okay on his helmet, which is the wash, I should say. So hit this guy here. Weird shape of a spearhead. But yeah, vacation. I came home. It was pretty stressful. I didn't get my flight on the way home, so I had to buy another ticket, which cost me like $1 million fucking dollars, pretty much. It could have been $1 million. It cost me about $4,000. And then what happened? Then I came home. Jesus, they had me flat out at work. I did like 33 hours, 32 hours of overtime this last month, unpaid, of course. So, and they got me teaching classes in Japanese on subjects. It's total fraud, but you didn't hear that from me, right? On classes I should not be teaching at all, you know what I mean? So that's what's going on. Thankfully, the freshman students this year are not as, how can I say this politely and euphemistically, they're not as cognitively challenged or handicapped or, you know, whatever, as the students from year previous. Last year, we had some real winners, dude. And, okay, before I rant about that, what I've done is I just mixed in some silver. I don't know if you can see it there. You can kind of see it, can you? Oh, yeah, you can. Okay, so I just mixed some silver with that metallic and then the sort of gunmetal color. And I'm just going to hit the tops here just to give it a bit of a shiny shine. And that's all you got to do. Oh, balls, dude. I'm really fucking up today. I got touch up on that guy's sleeve. I don't even remember hitting it. First and last live stream of how not to fucking paint anything by this fucking idiot guy. Okay, well, that guy's done. Alright, well, we'll do the touch-ups here in a sec. Okay. Alright, those guys are done. I'm going to do some touch-ups on that guy's shirt and on that guy's scabbard, and then look to the chat. Okay, there's a mystery person watching. Hey, mystery person, I hope you're enjoying it. Gio, thanks for watching, buddy. You know, you're probably off doing other things. That's okay, too, dude. Alright, so we need to get this green going again. And burnt sienna. This should be a real quick one here. It's this guy, okay. So we're gonna do the scabbard on this guy super quick. I'm just gonna total paint right out of the bottle here. And we're just gonna hit this part here. And it's gonna look like shit at first, trust me, I know. But I'm gonna kinda fix it by doing the whole scabbard over in this color. And whole thing here. Deep concentration. Okay, that's done. Now I'm gonna fix this buddy's shirt. Okay, hey, what's this? Old Sarge 2K. All right, hey man, cheers, bro. Thank you very much. If you like my hobby channel, Jesus, really, you gotta find more hobby channels, dude. Mine's not that good. I mean, it's okay. You know, this is just kind of a me, you know. Oh God, my wife's home. God, I gotta close. Okay, 2 seconds. I gotta go close this door. She's just gonna be yick like a Wilma Flintstone. Okay, I'm back. She's doing gardening stuff or something today, so I'm gonna put these paints back. So yeah, she's doing all that stuff outside. I'm not helping. I helped yesterday lugging bags of cement and stuff around. Bags of sand and rocks and shit. Okay, so these guys are done pretty much. These are where I want them to be. So now we're going to do the stripes on these guys. And I'm going to use an old, super old brush that I have. This brush, I don't know if you can see it. Here we go. This is a Citadel fine detail brush from a million years ago, a lifetime ago. But the point on it is extremely fucking good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all the stripes and stuff on these guys. I've already done the stripes on a lot of these. As you can see, like I've done the stripes on his pants. Here I've done horizontal stripes on his shirt and his pants. This guy, he's got the vertical on the shirt, but he's got the horizontal on the pants. And this guy, same thing. So what I'm going to do is, when I paint these guys, I'll paint them at 3 at a time. And if you notice, what I've done is I've basically used the 3 same colors on these guys, and I've just alternated, their shirt and pant colors and stuff like that. So like this guy's got the sort of, this guy here, he's got a kind of gray blue tunic. This guy's got the gray blue pants. This guy's the brown top. This guy has the brown pants. This guy has the green pants. This guy has the green top. And then you do the same thing with the stripes. So you mess up with the stripes. Now, here I put the red stripes on this guy's pants, yellow stripes, blue stripes, red stripes. So what you can do is you can make them all look different and from one another, but 3 at a time you're only using the same colors over and over again, and it really works out, and it'll give them that sort of random look. You just got to change the colors every time. So, anyways, we're going to get started on these guys. I think what I'm going to do is, this guy's already got yellow on him. I'm going to go with a light blue on, I'm going to go with like a teal, I think. Because the teal blue, even though it sounds pretty lame and weird, like who would be having teal? Pardon me, who would have teal on their pants, 2,200 years ago if they were fighting Caesar in the woods? For a paint, it stands out. So I've got this paint here, which, look at that crud on there, dude. Just water that down. The name of this color is Desert Turquoise, or as my grandmother from New York used to say, turquoise, and aqua, and turlet, so she sounded like Archie Bunker, but she was an old lady. On my dad's side. Anyway, let's get started here. So what I'm going to do is, what you do here, I'll start with this guy's pants. So with this nice little brush, I'm just going to draw paint. I hope this is in frame. I'm trying to move these dudes out of the way here. I'm just going to paint. Okay, make sure I'm over the circle that I drew. I'm just going to paint one line, one small skinny line, down the center of his pant here. It doesn't have to be perfect. A lot of this is the optical illusion of them having pants that are in a certain pattern. Because in a big mob, especially this group, when there's going to be 50-something of them, there'll be so many of them, the person watching or the person looking at them, their eyeball won't have the time to register what is and what isn't perfect. So you can get away with quite a bit. Put another stripe down the side here. Now, another thing, unless you're painting like a golden demon thing, or you're trying to win a painting contest or whatever, like a real painting contest, not some best painted army, which, there's a big difference. What you want to do is you can probably go 4-3. So I've done 3 horizontal, big, broad stripes on their pants. And the vertical stripes, you only have to do like 4. Okay. So we've done 4. Let's see how it looks. It looks kind of okay. It's not like amazing, but it's okay-ish. And you just do it again. So yeah, you want to what you want to go for is like I said, like an optical illusion of it being tartan. Um, I mean, a lot of people don't even paint their figures, which to me is, I mean, that's a sin, dude. I would never, ever, ever, ever play a game without unpainted miniatures, dude. I mean, unless I was like playing like Sorry or fucking Clue or something like that, you know. In that case, okay. But like a tabletop game, like I'm going to the pub and you're coming to the pub and you're gonna show up with like, oh well, I got them glued to the base and I clipped these guys and hey, fuck you, dude. You know that's not happening. I am a bit of a painting supremacist, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. You know, because you know I've been doing this a long time, man. I've been painting for 40 years. I've been into this stuff. You know, like as a kid, I used to play D&D. Did the Tamiya models when I was a kid, and you know, and I've met a lot of people who are just don't want to paint, and it's just like they're lazy or they don't want to do it or whatever. But they're into the lore and the fluff of whatever game they're playing. Usually it's 40K. Okay, so we got these stripes on there. They look pretty good. Okay, my eyes are. Oh, the master of disaster. The diver has shown up. Excellent. The diver's in the chat. Now I got to rant and rave about bullshit, right? But yeah. As a kid, you meet these people. Not as a kid. What I'm saying, as an adult, you meet these people who don't paint their shit or whatever, and it's like, come on, dude. Like, and they're always the ones. Is like, what else? What you got to eat that extra bag of Doritos, dude? You don't have time to fucking paint your shit. Paint your shit, dude. You know. So, yeah, I playing without playing with. Oh fuck! I'm stumbling over my words here, dude. Playing without painted miniatures, to me, is a sin. And here we go. This guy's pants are on the cusp. See, it's just a matter of time. It is for me. I'm ranting and raving. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a good movie, dude. Sanjiro Yojimbo. The fucking scene where they have the big sword battle or whatever. They stand there and look at each other for 3 minutes and just fucking eviscerates the dude. But yeah. So just get this last part here. I'm hoping this is in frame. It's probably total dog shit. But okay, like here, man, like in the back. I mean, it's just so convoluted. You're never gonna see that, dude. There's gonna be a guy like if I put my finger here, that's the figure behind him, and who's looking at that? Me. So you don't even have to worry about that kind of stuff. So you just have to get in on there and do your best. But yeah, playing without painted miniatures, I think is a sin, dude. That's why I'm not in a lot of this role playing stuff or the 40K stuff or whatever, where people just don't paint. Now, I was lucky enough when I lived in Canada, when I lived in Calgary, when I was there for a couple of years, living at my folks' house. I was a member of a really great club, and the club is still there. They got their own clubhouse, which is really cool. And those guys are into it. I mean, they're all big time painters and gamers and hobbyists and stuff. And it was really inspirational. That's where we were always trying to outdo one another. Because we were always trying at the tournaments and stuff. I mean, our local tournaments, we were just trying to destroy each other. Rightfully so. Like, I mean, you gotta try and fucking beat your friends, right? Or all right, this guy's pretty much finished. That's good. And I'll do the same on this guy's brown pants. I'll use the same paint. But rainbow power, you know it, dude. They would, we would always try to one up each other, and then when we would go to like Edmonton or whatever, some other fucking shithole place like Lethbridge or whatever, we were always in a gang. We were like, okay, let's see, how many trophies can we, pilfer from this tournament, you know. And I think the highest I've ever been in a Warhammer like fantasy battle tournament is maybe fourth. Best painted, yeah, I could always seem to pull that one off, which was good. But you know, you would go up against these guys. It's just like, what the fuck, dude? You didn't paint anything, dude. You know, that 3-color minimum. I mean, you know, okay, primer I guess counts as a color because it's black or white or gray or whatever. But you know, and then they would have like, you know, oh, whatever, some lizard man, you know, tomato frog kind of thing where it's like, oh, it's a level 7,000 wizard and whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I never really understood why people wouldn't paint their. Why would you pay all that money and not, you know, paint it? You know, I mean, it just sort of it shows a bit of a lack of discipline. Yeah, don't talk back about fucking Edmonton. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, okay. Interesting side note here. My mate Gio, his brother Jinzio, who's been on the show a couple times, or on my channel a couple. The show, I don't have a fucking show. On my channel a couple times. He's in Edmonton now, and I went and I visited him in, what was it, 2018. I went to his gaming group, and OMG, dude. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I guess I'm such a fucking introvert, because some of these people are just, oh my god. Oh my god. You know, I was not fitting in. And in Japan, I don't fit in. Gio doesn't really fit. Even though Gio, who, to his credit, I mean, the guy can speak like 4 fucking languages. Well done, son. I'm only at 3. And I might be able to yell, like, you know, German combat commands, maybe, you know, yeah, Menenach, you know, also Simon bleiben, you know, that kind of stuff that I've learned from fucking video games and movies and shit. But yeah, Edmonton, wow, there were some real winners there, dude. The one guy at that gaming store though, Gio, you got to admit, he was pretty cool. That stoner guy who had the antique store slash comic book shop slash toy store slash, you know, refurbished GW stuff. I mean, his store was pretty cool. He was a cool guy. But yeah, Edmonton, dude, fucking minus 7,000. Fucking potholes that you fucking entire cars can get lost into. Yeah, don't miss it. Can't say that I do. So. But yeah, playing with unpainted miniatures, and I know, you know, Napoleon. Like, could you imagine playing Napoleonics and showing up, and then, you know, you go there, and it's like, oh yeah, these are my, you know, French Cuirassier, and this is my old guard, and it's just a bunch of, you know, fucking gray plastic and, you know, unprimed metal and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think it's not cool. You know, it's are you a poser? Like, what's your dealio, dude? You know, like, why haven't you painted this stuff? And if you don't paint it, you know, you're not getting the full experience. Now, I can drink like probably like 12 beers a day and still manage to pump out like, you know, 50 miniatures a month, you know, if my work isn't being totally lame. Let's see. So yeah, that guy's pants are done. Okay. So, you know, why can't you? Like, you know, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Here, let me just put that there for a sec. I mean, what are you doing? Dana, yeah, that was that guy's name. Yeah, I left the great. Well, God, fuck, I can tell you a million fucking reasons why I left Canada, dude. Canada is a frozen socialist dung heap, dude. You never have any money. You're perpetually fucking broke. Everybody's got that attitude like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I was here and everything was fine. You know, the house was on fire. It wasn't on fire when I showed up, but then it burnt down and I didn't call the cops because I thought it was somebody else's problem. You know, that is Canada kind of in a nutshell. Not all of Canada, but a lot of Canada. What the fucking color am I looking for? Red. Let's do some red. So, you know, that's why it sucks. Japan, on the other hand, I mean, it's a beautiful day today. I'm off. It's probably about 20 something degrees outside Celsius, probably about 74, 75 Fahrenheit. Um, I complain about it, but I think a lot of that is just isolation. And there's big cultural. Oh, this red is old as, man. There's a cultural thing, difference, I should say, that, I've just grown so accustomed to. Things do work here. Like I can call up the city hall. Actually, I do have to call up the city hall because there's some pipe in the road is fucking leaking water all over the place, and they'll come and fucking fix it like in a day or two. I mean, it'll be done. And things get done here. But it's just in Japan they have this cult of convenience where everything has to be convenient. And what's happened is they've tried to make everything so convenient that it's made it inconvenient. So like things like, they got these great car washes, but yeah, it's a great car wash, but I'm not going to sit in a line for 45 minutes to get my car washed when I could, you know, spray it off with a garden hose. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is like the Trailer Park Boys. It's a lot like the trailer. It's a lot more like the Trailer Park Boys than I try to admit. So let's do some red on this dude, on this dude's pants. So yeah, but Japan's okay. I mean, it's the thing about Japan, and Gio will probably back me up on this. I would imagine. The problem with Japan is it's very, very difficult to get and maintain Japanese guy friends. And when I say guy friends, I don't mean like boyfriends, like, sharing a milkshake with two fucking straws, boyfriends, you know what I mean? I mean like dudes that you're gonna go out and, I don't know, throw firecrackers at monkeys or, fucking have a beer or, do something like that. Um, for some reason it's very, very difficult to have those friends. Now I have a couple, but I've been here for 20 something years and I've only got, like like one or two, like literally. Um, oh fuck, I'm fucking this up, aren't I? I think so. Oh, you won't see the inside of those pants anyway. That's the rule. And yeah, thanks. Yeah, dude, they are kind of pathetic. They're kind of fucking lame, dude. And and another thing is too, like you'll just be bitching about like work or some bullshit thing that fucking happened to you, and unfortunately for some reason, a lot of Japanese people take that as, you're bashing Japan. You're talking shit about their country, and I'm not. I mean, their country's great. It's an awesome country. My wife could walk down the street at 3 o'clock in the morning in Tokyo and no one would harass her. She'd be 100% safe. Um, the government actually, gives you back your full tax refund within like 10 days. I mean, it's just like, I mean, it is pretty efficient. But it's just these things like you're kind of like I said about the car wash. That okay, it's the greatest car wash on earth, but I'm not gonna wait 45 fucking minutes for it. You know what I mean? But Japanese, if you complain about anything, and I mean anything at all, like oh this is that, or I don't like this, or it's the same shit on TV night after night for the last 25 years, which is true. They take it as like you're bashing Japan, and they're like this is Japan. If you don't, even my wife does this shit to me, dude. She's like, you want to go back to Canada? Like no, I don't want to go anywhere near Canada. You know what I mean? So it's just one of them things, you know what I mean? But the girls, that's it's a whole other topic. Let's do some reminiscing here. Oh, my wife's home. I gotta drop the volume by about 10% here. Yeah, when I came here, this is years ago. Like for real years ago, like 25 years ago. This place for dudes, for young white dudes with a job, it was Disneyland, man. It was amazing. You would go into a bar, and it was like you were Vince Neil from Motley Crue. Oh man, Wow, it was great. These girls, they didn't understand a word you were saying. They did not care. They would pour you a beer out of the bottle. They'd light your cigarettes. They were, and then at about 11 o'clock, they go, "I go home with you." And you go, "Yeah, okay." And that was it, dude. That was the late '90s. It was a lot of fun. Um, but even the foreigners that you get now, it's the that's the I don't know if you heard that. That's the Air Force, the GA tie. They're doing search and rescue training out in the ocean today. These planes go over quite a bit. Um, there's number two. They always come in twos. But when I came, it was all about the the three B's. It was beer, broads, and bucks. That was what I was doing over here. And now you get all these weird femi guys that are all like, "Oh, I can't come to our D&D game because my neighbor's niece is having a dance recital." You're like, "What the fuck are you on, dude? I wouldn't even go to my own kid's dance recital if I had one. But, Oh, wow, okay. Justin is here. Okay. Caller 13 years. I have two friends. Lots of people to work. Oh, that's cool, though. I mean, yeah, well, a lot of our little gang, they, with COVID, it kind of scattered to the wind. We had Aussie Matt, he's gone. Mario, he's gone. Big Chris, I think he might be gone. So a lot of guys split. But we still have. Oh, this guy looks good. We still have a little core group. But yeah, it's strange. But also where I live too is literally kind of like in the middle of nowhere on the ocean. So we don't get a lot of people, but we get the 20 somethings that come over on the jet program. They all love anime. They're all weird, and it's weird because there's a real big age difference, between me and them, and it's not. All right, see you, Geo. It's kind of how can I say? It's just strange. Like it's like I'm somebody's father. You know what I mean? And I've become more of the Hank Hill or Red character from the sitcom as opposed to one of the group of characters or whatever on the show kind of thing. It kind of feels that way. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do here. I think I'm gonna leave the stripes on this guy. This guy's kind of much done. This guy's got his pants done. I think I'm gonna do stuff on this guy, and I'll probably leave this guy the way he is, and then I'll get on the hair. But I'm gonna do something with this. I just don't know what color to go with. Actually, no. I'll leave this guy as is. I'll do black on this guy. So, but yeah. So yeah, it's just one of them things. You get older, and you've probably seen this. I'm whipped it in front of the camera there for a second there. My goggles, my eyes are fucking gone. Can't see shit now. I used to have like fucking eagle vision. I was like a deer. I could see the rings of Saturn from the beach or whatever. Not anymore. So, but yeah, we're gonna do black on this dude here. His thing. So, same thing. Okay, I know I haven't been talking about painting here. Gonna do a stripe down the center here, and then probably a stripe, 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 and you gotta just keep it simple, as simple as you can keep it. Try to get it in frame. I gotta apologize. I don't really, not really sure as to how YouTube really works that well. So, but yeah, Japan's changed, dude. It really has. When I first came here, in the late '90s, it was amazing. Like I said, it was Disneyland. You would go to like Yokohama Station, which I had to transfer trains at, every day, and it would be like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and there would be like groups of these old salaryman guys, like my age now, old, in their 50s or whatever, who Yeah, dude, they would just be having a party like right then. They would put some newspapers down on the ground in the station, and they would just have the big bottles of sake out, and they would just be getting fucked up. And when I worked in Kawasaki, you would get I'd get off at the station in Kawasaki at like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, because I'm no shirker, dude. I'm a soldier when it comes to work. I love it. I love to work. I'm always working. Been doing it forever. These guys, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, they'd be having a big party. They just finished the night shift or whatever, and they'd just be getting lit up. So Kawasaki, though, it's kind of a dangerous place. I don't know about now, but it used to be. There used to be like murders and shootings and shit there. Like there would be like 2 shootings a year in Japan, and they would both be in Kawasaki. Now I don't know. Japan has become even more, child-proof. I think is probably the best adjective to sort of describe it. Oh fuck! I think I fucked this up. But it's still cool. The girls are still pretty. That's one thing. The girls are never not pretty. But they're a different breed of girl. Okay, what do we got here? Ashinojo. See that, dude? Okay, you are a weeb. I have no idea about anything about to do with anime. I've never been into anime. I kind of tried when I got here because I thought, oh, this is Japanese culture or whatever. And I mean, I like my cartoons. I mean, or like reminiscing about cartoons, that I used to watch as a kid. But yeah, anime. I don't know. It's one of those things too. You go to like Akihabara and well now too, the tourists are. Oh, fuck, how am I gonna do this from this guy's armpit? Tourists are allowed back in, and I don't know, dude. Some 145 kilogram. What is that? 320-pound dude. Who dressed in his fucking Naruto pajamas. Walking down the street. Doing a vlog or whatever. It's like, oh, for fuck's sakes, is this what happened to the sons of Vercingetorix and Pericles? They're all pretending to be fucking fake ninjas. I don't know. Anyway. No, I'm not in an anime, dude. I'm not against it. I know my buddy Gio, he just bailed or whatever. He's into it a little bit. He's into it more than I am. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. But like, when I go home and people are like, "Oh, you live in Japan," I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Oh, what? Have you seen whatever this anime?" I'm like, "No, dude, I don't watch anime. I don't watch TV, at all. My wife watches a lot of TV. The Japanese TV is garbage, dude. It's just eating shows where they all just sit around fucking eating the same fucking shit for fucking 20 something years, dude. Never ever does it ever change. It's always all that changes is the celebrity. The same celebrities. Oh, fuck, I fucked that up. Oh, that looks like shit. It's the same. Is that doable? Okay. Yeah, it looks okay. It's the same celebrities over and over and over again. But yeah, I'm just gonna take 5. There's only 4 of you, so stick around. I'm gonna take 2 seconds here. Sorry about that, gang. Just had to hit the head there. As this paint, I'm letting this paint dry. I'm gonna get on these faces here in a second. These ones here, these guys here. But before I do, I was gonna show you something really cool for the World War II fans out there. This is a new Tamiya 148 M8 howitzer. I didn't even know they were making this. I was just on Amazon and I saw it just the other day, and I was like, oh man, I gotta have that. So I think it's the new 148th kit. So it's kind of getting me juiced again about World War II and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, okay. So for right now, I'm just gonna leave these dudes. They're gonna be out. We might get to the shields in a second or two. We're gonna do the flesh on these two guys. But I'm just gonna get a refill on the old Coke. See what's going on in the chat. Okay, so Justin, yeah, you're in Colorado. What's Colorado like, dude? It must be fun. 13 years is a long time. To only have a couple friends, but I feel for you, dude. I've been living where I am in Japan now for about 15. All my friends always seem to move away, which kind of sucks. Gio, I know you got a lot of shit you're going to do today. You told me already. We were chit-chatting on the phone, so... and then Diver, of course, he's talking about anime, which is always okay. So let me just pour myself a Coke here, and I'll get started again. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I've had a couple people drop by, which is kind of cool. Let's just get okay, this is a top tip to save money, is I add water to Coke, because I am that cheap. Okay, put this down here. And put this glass out of the way. So yeah, let's get started on these faces, dude. So so I've already put they look like shit, I admit it. So we're gonna use the shading flesh, and I'm gonna mix that with, where is it? Hell's bells. Here it is, white peach. So mix these two together. There's a little bit still wet there, which is good, which means that I won't have to do too much work. But so what I'm going to do with the flash is I'm just going to give it a 1-over highlight, and then on some of the more important areas. Your house is on fire. I didn't think to call the cops. Yeah, that's a pretty Canadian. Oh, I didn't know that guy was breaking into your truck. Was your friend or not? Okay. Yeah, that's fucking Canada. Fucking nutshell, dude. But all right. So this hand, you don't really have to do too much because there will be a shield on top of it. So you just have to sort of hit the bits, and it's gonna look like shit. And I admit it. And this is the process. Okay, so all you gotta do is sort of hit the key points here. And I'm gonna paint all over fucking everything, of course. Fuck. And now it's on the... Oh, no, great. I'm having a fucking meltdown here. So same with this. The thumbs here. I'm just gonna hit this guy's fingers. And the top of his hand here. But yeah, living in Canada, I mean, I've lived in a lot of places. I lived in a lot of places in Canada. I lived in Ontario, I lived in Quebec, I lived in Alberta, mostly Alberta. Alberta is where I'm from. Quebec and Ontario was for school. I did my junior high school, and the second round of university in Ontario. Quebec was my first round of university, and that was a shit show. I fucking hated it. It was minus 40 all the time. Everybody was just a pretentious fucking jerk off. You know, oh, my dad's a lawyer in New York City. I mean, there was a lot of that, you know. Yeah, it wasn't awesome. It was quite the opposite. Oh, this does not look good at all. My wife's doing some kind of bullshit outside now on the balcony. That's what you hear, all that banging and stuff. And Zip that guy there. So, do this dude here. And, but yeah, Ontario was okay. The only problem with Ontario was it was, especially Toronto, where I went to school, was, you know, the Canadians call Toronto the center of the universe, which it definitely has that, you know, the people who live there definitely have that fucking problem. And the last time I was there was, maybe 2017. I mean, a long time ago. When was that? 6 years ago now. And I was there in 2017, and everybody had one of three things. They had two of the following three things in their hands at all times on the street. Either a cup of coffee, their cell phone, or a cigarette. There were people. I mean, the homeless had kind of gotten out of control compared to when I lived there. The homeless were everywhere, pretty much, and it was just wasn't nice. I mean, but they're all like, you know, Canadians have that. Well, at least we're not in America, you know, that mentality, and they seem to think that you know, I mean, it's just basically telling, you know, it's like being, you know, like it's like being 290 fucking pounds instead of 355 pounds. I mean, well, at least I'm not 350 pounds. Yeah, but you're still an asshole and you're fat, you know. So it's a lot of that. And I mean, there's a lot of good people in Canada, of course. And don't get me wrong, I still have a lot of friends there. But at the same time, you know, they had that whole, well, you know, when your whole national identity revolves around the fact of being not America, you know, you're kind of in trouble, you know. And actually, one of the university lectures I had to give last month was on the Canadian healthcare system. And I mean, Japan has socialized medicine too, like Europe, like most of the world, with the exception of maybe the United States. And you know, it works here reasonably well. A little socialism does go a long way, in my opinion, but not in Canada. I mean, it's Canada's. They got these insane wait times. Was it? I think Prince Edward Island has a average wait time of like 64.7 weeks. That's like a year and 3 months. You know, I mean, that's yeah. The system's not broken there. Both my parents are dead because of you know, the way that the system worked, where it's like, oh well, you're sick, but I gotta get tests and go this other place for 2 weeks and all that other kind of stuff. So Canadians always pride themselves on their amazing Medicare system, and it's not that amazing because the only place that Canadians can usually afford to go to are like Haiti and like, you know, super loser countries, you know, in like the Caribbean, you know, kids like eat dirt and shit. So when they go there and they come back, oh, this isn't so bad. Yeah, well, you know, you went to like one of the worst countries on planet Earth, you know. You go to other countries like Japan or Singapore or Australia or, you know, Europe or whatever. You see that, you know, Canada, the rules being pulled over your eyes, kind of thing. So the flesh on these guys at this step is finished, okay, and it looks like trash, and I admit it. And this is all part of the process that it looks like ass. So let me just put these paints away in my paint thing here. And I gotta get this out. Now this is the secret fucking weapon, guys. The secret weapon is a brick red wash. And that is because when I was a young dude a long time ago, and I worked at Games Workshop, they opened in Toronto in the early 90s, like 90, 91, around that time is when I worked there. 90 to 93, I was part-time on Saturdays. Anyways, we used to get these miniatures that were painted by the heavy metal team, and yeah, they would you would notice if you really looked at them that they would be washed in red. So what you do with your flesh, guys, is that you wash it in a brick red, and that will go into the base coat. of these dudes really, really well. It will super blend up. And then when you go do your final highlight, it'll look amazing. That is the method. So that's how you do it. I'm getting shit everywhere here. But fuck, my wife watches TV at volume 1,000, dude. She's going deaf. I'm going blind. It's always sunny in Philadelphia here. So that's those guys done. I'm gonna probably wrap this up. Dirt cookies. Poutine, yeah, poutine's not that bad, dude. I mean, it's just whatever, a million fucking calories or whatever. You shouldn't be eating it, but it's not that bad, Other stuff on my table, what I got going on, I'll just show you guys real quick while this stuff dries out, because if it dries, then I can finish them off. But I got some camels I'm doing, World War I camel rider guys. These are the riders, I should say. They're Australian. These guys are pretty much finished. I gotta just do some details and shit on them. What else do I got? My friend Pim, he gave me, move these guys back out of the way. Pim, the rock star that he is, he gave me that Polish army. I said, do you want this army back? Did I paint for you? He's like, no, you can keep it. I'm like, sweet, dude. I've got this World War II Japanese flamethrower guy who I have only done the flesh on. I haven't done anything else with him recently. He also gave me this cool spigot mortar 3D printer thing, which I didn't even know existed. I thought it was kind of cool, so I'm going to do some of that. That's what's going on here in that tank I just showed you. So, but anyway, dude, what am I going to do? Because I can hear banging around. And it's kind of the come help me banging around. So Shinjuki no Shingugen. Yeah. So, all right, guys. I think I'm gonna wrap this up, and this stuff will appear on my channel some other time. This is my maiden stream, so I don't know. Hopefully, I can figure out the logistics of doing it a bit better the next time. Anyways, thanks, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. If you got any questions, Diver, Justin, if you're still in the chat, that'd be great. You got a question or whatever, you can fire it out at me. But other than that, I think I'm going to probably call it there. The delay, I'm just going to put my hand out here to see what the delay is like. I think the delay is about 25 seconds or so, maybe 30 seconds or more. Yeah, the delay is pretty long. So, bye-bye. Yeah, hey, go study some Nihongo Benkyou Shinasai. All right, guys, adios. Okay, the delay is like a minute. Okay, so the delay is a minute. So, yeah, Diver, go study. Justin, I hope your gaming club is going well. Gio, I know you're not watching anymore, but adios, muchacho. All right, guys, take it easy, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Now we gotta watch me try and stop this thing. Oh, how do you do that? No, that's the chat. Holy fuck, what an idiot I am. Oh, there it is.